Hey everybody, it's John Furman here in the Bub and Mother's Kitchens, and as you know, we love cooking with our dry rubs. We've got our regular Down East dinner dust and our honey and heat. Now both of these are 100% natural. Both have organic dried blueberry powder in them, and our friends up at Ray's Mustard up in Eastport, Maine, custom grind the dry mustard that we use. We try and source as many Maine companies as we can to put into our Maine dry rubs. But what does that mean for you? Well, not only does it mean everything that we do is local, but the taste is phenomenal. If you haven't tried our Down East dinner dust or our honey and heat, you owe it to yourself. Order on the website today. And hey, remember, we're also now available salt-free. One of the other things that we like to do with, or I do in my jambalaya, is chicken. What we're going to do today, as you can see, we've already got these seasoned up with our Bub and Mother's honey and heat, and we're just going to sear them off. Okay. Now I'm using, for you health nuts, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and again, we just want to kind of sear them up. Get in there, okay? And in fact, we're even gonna put some more seasoning on them so that both sides are seasoned. And there you go. The honey and heat. Right? And we've got our base stock getting ready to start boiling over here. We're going to add everything to that. The chicken is not going to take very long, and you know, since we're going to be boiling it for quite a while in the soup, you do not have to cook it all the way through. You just want to get it a nice seared color. See the difference? Now, by using thighs, and you don't have to, you can use chicken breasts if you like. I prefer the thighs, dark meat, a little bit juicier, a little bit easier to cook with, I think. Holds its flavor. All right. And once we get those all done, we're just going to kind of cube them up. Have some fun with those. And when we come back, we'll show you some of the rest of the ingredients that are going to be going into today's mix. So as you can see, we've got two different kinds of sausage that we're broiling up. You can use any kind of sausage you want, chorizo, andouille. You know, andouille, of course, is the genuine. And, you know, you can use hot Italian, sweet Italian, whatever you like. So we've got those going, and they're just going to kind of set up here for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to start to build our flavor. www.bubandmothers.com. That's bubandmothers.com. Home of the best gourmet dry rub with a Maine attitude. We feel it's so good that you put Bub and Mother's on just about anything, take one bite, and you'll be speaking with a Maine accent. So get some today. Go to www.bubandmothers.com, and remember our 10,000 to 1 Veterans Hiring Initiative. For every 10,000 bottles that we sell, we can hire one veteran for 1 year. Thanks from Bub and Mother's, and keep smoking. All right, we're back. So our chicken is part cooked. We're going to just kind of cube it up. Cut it whatever size pieces you like. Okay. Again, and this is the secret to jambalaya, is as you add each of the ingredients, kind of builds on itself. So a lot of the juice from the chicken is going to mix with the juice from the sausages, plus the vegetables. You know, we've got red peppers, green peppers, a little bit of cayenne in there, and of course the chipotle and the honey and heat is going to go a long way. All right, so there's our chicken, and we're just going to kind of put it in a bowl for a sec. All right, set that over here. Be right back. We've got a couple of our sausage. And you can see the juice is coming out of it. Going to make a mess on the counter, but it's going to mean a little taste of magic. And maybe we're going to get a couple more. And again, your choice of sausage. We're going to put two types in there. We're going to use a regular Italian and Polish. And what we did was we broiled them both to kind of crisp them up on the outside. The other thing is, since we're from Maine, we're going to be using some of the shrimp that are actually aptly named in Maine. You know, you go down south to Louisiana, off the coast of Carolina, you get these massive shrimp. Well, massive shrimp is an oxymoron. These are tiny shrimp, and that's what a shrimp should be. What's nice about them is they're perfect to mix in soups and chowders, so we're going to be using them in our jambalaya. We've got another special ingredient we're going to put in there at the very end that I always like to do in any of my dishes that are going to be spicy. So we're going to cut up a little bit more sausage, and when we come back, we're going to put it all in to boil. Hey everybody, it's John Furman here in the Bub and Mother's Kitchens, and as you know, we love cooking with our dry rubs. We've got our regular down east dinner dust and our honey and heat. Now both of these are 100% natural. Both have organic dried blueberry powder in them, and our friends up at Ray's Mustard up in Eastport, Maine, custom grind the dry mustard that we use. We try and source as many Maine companies as we can to put into our Maine dry rubs. But what does that mean for you? Well, not only does it mean everything that we do is local, but the taste is phenomenal. If you haven't tried our Down East Dinner Dust or our honey and heat, you owe it to yourself. Order on the website today. And hey, remember, we're also now available salt-free. Alright, so we're back. We've got a bunch of our ingredients right here, all mixed in, all the meat ingredients. So we're just gonna, oh yeah, that's cooking down nice. Yeah, you can see it, all the peppers and everything. And by the way, for those of you that are a little less adventurous, that's okay. You can still have great jambalaya and personalize it by buying what I like to call soup kits. And if you email me at bubandmothers@gmail.com, I'll tell you some of the best ones on the market. We can't mention them on video because technically they're not a sponsor, and that would be product placement. We can only talk about Bub and Mother's dry rubs. So if you want them, they're perfect stock. You're basically pouring in the basic ingredients into boiling water, and from there you're adding your own custom blend of meats, seafood, you know, whatever you want to put in there. So let's go back over here. We're gonna take our little guys, put them in, Okay, we're getting near the end here. And here is my secret jambalaya ingredient. Frozen sweet corn. Okay, now you can see a bunch of it froze to the bottom. The easiest thing to do is just grab some soup and comes right out. Now, what is so secret and special about sweet corn? Well, I'm going to tell you. What's really unique about it is, you know, with all the different spices and things in here, putting in that frozen sweet corn not only is going to give you a little bit of texture with the rice, a little bit extra of a crunch, but in those spicy bites, you're going to get a little piece of that sweet corn. It's just a nice little blend. It finishes it off. So you're really, really, really going to like it. Okay? So when we come back, we're going to show you a couple of different ways to dish this out. Here in the Bub and Mother's Kitchens, you know, a lot of people ask us, are we coming out with any new flavors? Is there anything new on the horizon? And you know what, to start off the year 2020, we do have a new announcement to make. And you know, part of this was due to my brother, who had some heart issues, and he really enjoyed the rub, but his diet is restricted with salt. So we're happy to introduce 2 new Bub and Mother's flavors: Downey's Dinner Dust and Honey and Heat. Now, I know you're familiar with both of them. Here's the difference. Take a look. Yep, we now have both flavors salt-free. So what that means is that you can have that same great barbecue flavor, enjoy it, without having any issues with restrictions due to salt intake. The other thing is, without the salt, they make a great drink mix. You want to take it, either one, and put it in some tomato juice, stir it up, and add a little bit of vodka on those Sunday mornings after a long barbecue. You'll have a heck of a Bloody Mary. So, remember, order yours on our website, Honey and Heat, Downey's Dinner Dust, salt-free. Oh man, look at that. You can see the steam coming up. You got some of the sausage floating up near the top. You can see all the little red and green peppers, sweet corn. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do with a bunch of this besides eat it. I'll tell you what, it smells so rich. And what's nice is, because we let it simmer on the stove for a while, and you can do that to taste. You know, you want the rice to be nice and tender, not crunchy, and all the flavors to be mixed in. You can simmer it down like chili, thicken it up a bit. But I am so hungry. Now, I always like to get in all my meat first, and then add the broth on top. And there's so many things that you can do with this. While it's cooling, I want to show you something else. Again, you know, for you folks that are watching this below the Mason-Dixon line, I'm not trying to compete with you. We always make enough in Maine where if we're having a party, we can feed 20 people, even if only 3 are showing up. And the reason is, what we like to do is we like to do leftovers. So, what we've got here, you know, these are those little food storage deals. And what's nice about them, if you fill them up about this far, okay, you've got a bowl or a cup of soup. And you just put the top on, and they literally will stack on top of one another in your freezer. So up here, when we come in from a tough day of shoveling snow or scraping ice off the car, or even if we just went for a walk because we're not really that smart, in bitter cold weather we want to warm up, we just grab one of these, a little frozen brick of it, put it in a little pot, heat it up, put it in a cup, and we're good to go. Oh boy, what a great show. So, jambalaya with your choice of meat. It's fantastic all year round, but boy oh boy, on a day like this, a New England ice storm, there's nothing like it. Till next time, John Furman from the Bub and Mother's Kitchen and www.bubandmothers.com. Keep smoking, and we'll keep making the rubs. Oh boy, what a great show. So, jambalaya with your choice of meat. It's fantastic all year round, but boy oh boy, on a day like this, a New England ice storm, there's nothing like it. Till next time, John Furman from the Bub and Mother's Kitchen and www.bubandmothers.com. Keep smoking, and we'll keep making the rubs.